Can you hear me in back? All right. Can you hear me up on the stairs of City Hall? Can you hear me over here on the field? All right. This is a beautiful, beautiful sight. How many parents are out there? I'm a proud parent of LAUSD students. How many teachers and educators are out there? I've got 22 years of teaching in Compton Unified School District and at Crenshaw High School. Give it up for teachers. Last spring, when Arizona and West Virginia went out, they called it the teacher uprisings. What we have right here in LA is a community uprising. It is beautiful to see so many families, parents, community organizations, clergy, sisters and brothers. We are here because amidst the wealth of Los Angeles, we should not have class sizes of 45 students. We shouldn't have 80% of our schools not have a full-time nurse. We are here today because we want a reinvestment in our neighborhood public schools. We do not want downsizing and privatizing led by an investment banker superintendent. We are here today because the money is there to reinvest in our schools. LAUSD has a record-breaking $1.98 billion reserve. Every year, there's a $600 million drain to the growth of unregulated charter schools. The state of California has a $15 billion reserve. The state of California is expecting another $15 billion in surplus. Never let anybody tell you that the money is not there. The money is there. It's what we choose to do with it. And we choose to invest it in our kids and in our schools. Over the years, we've witnessed the chipping away of resources from our neighborhood public schools. We've witnessed the explosion of unregulated charter school growth. And now we witness the investment banker superintendent, Austin Buettner, saying that the solution is to make a portfolio district. This is a Wall Street model that has closed neighborhood schools, increased segregation, and undermined learning conditions in other cities. It's not what LA is going to stand for. We are dealing with a district that, instead of investing in its own schools, gives itself over to billionaire privatizers who are undermining our own schools. We are coming to a place of having exhausted all of our options with this district. 20 months of bargaining. Almost no legitimate proposals from the district. Lies about the budget. Refusal to share public records. High-priced consultant working in the shadows. Intentional starving of our schools by refusing to spend the reserve. Are we going to stand for this? our options being exhausted, the time draws closer to taking dramatic action. We will continue to negotiate, and we will doggedly attempt to reach an agreement so that dramatic action is not needed. But if we are forced to take dramatic action, it will be to defend our schools. Sisters and brothers, the time draws closer that we may need to strike. If we do not have an agreement by January, we will strike by the middle of that month. Strike for our students. Strike with our parents. Strike for our schools. Strike for educational justice. Strike for racial justice. Strike for the future of public education in Los Angeles. Sisters and brothers, if we are forced to strike, it will be because we think our kids deserve more. Because we dare to have high expectations. Because we dare to be audacious about all of our kids' futures. If we are forced to strike, it will also be a strike of hope. And there is hope in the air. Make no mistake, there is hope in the air. Educators and parents are working together like never before. Students are demanding that their voices be heard. An historic school funding initiative is on the ballot for 2020. 500 organizations across the United States are supporting us, and it's growing every day. Tony Thurmond won for state superintendent against $34 million from the privatizers. Tony Thurmond winning LA County by 14% because the people of LA agree with us that our neighborhood schools need healthy funding. Yes, sisters and brothers, there is hope in the air. If we strike, it is all of our strike. Community, parents, students, educators. When we win, it is all of our victory. Are we going to win for our kids? Are we going to win for public schools? Are we going to win for the future of public education in Los Angeles? Sisters and brothers, here's the important part. We're going to do a march right now, okay? And we're all going to be a part of it. We're going to get our steps in, right? Okay? It's very important that you come on the march. It's very important that you see the closing program. I'm going to say a couple more words at the closing program, and I want you to be there. You're going to march through the tunnel, which will be an experience that blows your mind. You'll be at the closing program next to Eli Broad, the privatizers museum. We've got to make sure he hears us. In the closing program, you'll hear from students and parents. You'll hear from state leaders who are with us. You'll hear from national leaders who are with us. And you'll hear from the next school board member who is going to win Ref Rodriguez's seat, Jackie Goldberg. Let's get moving. Let's march. Let's build this movement.